the information room. What the hell? Why are people joining my... Don't get it. Up and running. Not entirely certain why. But, hi. Welcome back to Joyless Gaming and my semi-discontinued Superhero Sundays. They've been on hiatus because I haven't really felt like playing this game on stream, and what do you know, there's probably nobody online, but I'll have a look. Yeah. Total number of the Big Bang attacks performed. What's the Big Bang? Are these super moves? Must be. Yeah, that must be super moves. I don't expect this will go for very long or really accomplish all that much. I just thought, why not? I'll have a look and see if there's anybody online, but if they are, they're probably not close enough to me. As easy as it would be to win against me. They don't get the easy wins because they're not nearby. Probably more people searching in regular verses. So this, of course, is the main thing that happens with... Oh. Okay. This is the main thing that happens, though, with... 6-month difference.
The Joker. Mr. Freeze.
I suspect this will not go well, seeing as how it said they have like 30 FPS. Red FPS is usually bad.
Fighters approaching Slaughter Swamp.
Really surprising.
Begin.
Oh dear. It's really quite dreadful. That's a lot of this, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just absolute fucking garbage. Somehow delaying wake up into a wake up super and...
Mr. Freeze wins.
Fucking hell. This is... I mean, this is definitely not being helped by the fact that I'm streaming. I suppose it's evidence of why would you go streaming and then playing online. What the hell? That's right, I looked that up just... Yeah. The hell? Could have sworn that reached further than that. Yikes.
Mr. Freeze wins.
It's delay. Delay doesn't seem to be bothering them so much. They're just going mental and they expect things to work. I mean, most people who play online, particularly on PC when you're playing with people all around the place, regularly. Care to explain why his fucking uppercuts work and mine don't? Mm. Yeah.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Yikes. I just thought I would pick Cold because I was, when I titled this thing Legendary Grind, well, I mean, that's one of the ones to grind for at the moment.
Black Canary.
Come on. Go to the next one! Fuck's sake! For fuck's sake! That one.
Mr. Freeze.
God. Yeah, sure, I'll turn that on. Did I turn it on? Yeah, there we are.
Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Yes, I'll do significantly worse. But I'm surprised I was doing as well as I was doing. Yeah, I'm seeing the... I mean, lucky you that you're used to playing in this shit, because, I mean, look at that. It's like no drops for him, so I was like, yeah, I'm used to dealing with shitty connections. Or, it's only shitty on my end, for some fucking reason. Care to explain how most of that worked?
For a purpose.
Shove it.
Yeah, you shove your bullshit too. Anyway. That is not a... Oh, this fucking game. Jeez. Although from what I understand it, that's fairly typical online canary behavior. Dude jumps into, is it called canary drop? Something like that? I don't know. Like jump attacks into that. Oh, double overhead. Well, that's great. Yay. That has extended range for some reason. Like that. Ah! Why didn't I get a wake-up attack? Oh, for fuck's sake! Piece of shit fucking game! I pressed the button, you're supposed to do that! Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
Here comes the showstopper.
My suit is guaranteed.
See, when the buttons do what they're supposed to do,
Mr. Freeze wins.
and you play more patiently, you're supposed to win. Because Canary's got a bit of like the... I swear, when I've watched recently recorded footage of Captain Cold gameplay, and Ah! So even the regular game does the same bullshit the computer does, where it says you can throw counter something that's faster than a fucking throw.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Tell you what. This isn't fun. Everybody thinks that it should be fun. Just, oh, you're turning it around, you're winning. It's like, fuck off, it isn't fun. I mean, it wouldn't be fun even if this weren't laggy. And it just goes fucking mental. And it works, because online, you know? I mean, is it rollbacks and latency issues? Because yikes. This is, I mean, this is like
Mr. Freeze wins.
really unpleasant. I doubt it would be more pleasant to me if I were playing in like good latency, because it would be just as annoying then, but this is some really bad latency to be playing in as well. Like, for fuck's sake.
Harley Quinn. Mr. Freeze.
That stage seemed to be working alright.
Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Damn. I can't... The thing is, when the latency is like that high, and, you know, my bandwidth isn't that great, and I don't know about the bandwidth of the person I'm playing against, I can't tell if it's rollbacks or just bad latency. Or both. Well, and they... yeah... They did have red FPS. Oh, does it become unblockable or something? And slow. Is that an overhead? I haven't played Harley in ages. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I mean, it's everything and latency issues. I mean, that's rollbacks and latency and just crap. Like, I want a super finish. Tell you what, you better not fucking quit, because that will just be... I think you're being held back by the performance of your machine. Your execution's alright when things are on your side. And patience is your biggest problem.
Begin.
Oh yeah, low. Seriously, man, why don't you just play Deadshot? You like shooting guns so much. What? Oh yeah, because she was already... Ah, for fuck's sake, that was a wake up. This fucking game. It's a shame that didn't count as like a bulletproof shield or something. Yeah. Oh, I thought I jumped sooner than that. Of course, if this game actually... I meter burned it! What?
You
It's
are
fucking
going
game.
on ice.
Learn to take a joke, pal.
Spend your meter. Yes! I doubt I was going to make that comeback, but I'm sure I surprised them.
Harley Quinn wins.
The one thing the wall is good for. Eating projectiles. Seems that, yeah, the hyenas counted as projectiles. Is that always an overhead? I've got to stop following that with a... Oh, come on. Ah! Mm. Is that her wake up? Oh, that was... Fuck off. Getting hit in my invincible wake up for something that should definitely be hitting her in the air.
I'll do anything to save Nora.
For a smart guy, that's a dumb idea.
What the fuck? Freeze, you dumb cunt! And I blocked that. Fucking... This game can't decide whether or not anti-airs should be working or not. It's just the weird things it decides. No, that... Yeah, and that's... No, that's her wake up, isn't it? The command grab, right? Or is it just because it's fast?
Harley Quinn wins.
Or does she have multiple wake ups? Because that would suck. Have to go against somebody who's got multiple invincible wake up attacks. Then again, it could just be the latency, because, I mean, I could blame everything on the fucking lag. The obnoxious fact that it... Like, obviously, like, despite the fact that it said they've got, like, a 30 frame rate thing. Ugh. Oh, come on. Just make up your mind. A wake up's a fucking thing or not. Ugh. For fuck's sake. What the fuck? Do the buttons work? Or is it like you've got to take a few seconds to fucking process it? Seriously. So, it's another thing, you've got to wonder if the game... could make up its mind about. Like the hitbox on down twos as well, I mean, shit. For fuck's sake. Yeah. And what is the... What exactly is the... What exactly is the timing on wake-up attacks?
Harley Quinn.
Apparently, according to the expanded Learn Hub, it's always... If you've got to see exactly when you're doing that, like, bounce or something, that you land on the ground, and that's when you execute the special move you want to do as a wake-up attack. But, you know... You can still get wake-up attacks that seem to take fucking ages.
Begin.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake! None of your... Yeah, this is what the thing. They talk about fucking poking. I watch professionals go on about, like, well, you know, poking constantly on block or whatever. I tell them, it works online. You do it online, it fucking works, because... Ah, for fuck's sake. Just endless fucking pokes. I mean, that's seriously minus, so... I was sure I did a jump attack sooner than that, but anyway. I did a jump attack sooner than that, and I did a wake-up attack there too. I jumped. I'm trying to do it like an air-to-air because I know that they're going to jump after that. But it just never comes out quickly enough. Oh, fuck off. See, I did a jump attack sooner than that, for fuck's sake! And yeah, mash everything. What?! Yeah, that was badly timed on my part, but...
Harley Quinn.
Mash everything is like, yeah, so basically, according to this evidence... Harley Quinn's pokes are plus on block. Because you can go poke into poke into poke into down 2. Only changing characters. What are you feeling sympathy now? Yeah, I got my win streak from my fucking spamming guns and shit like that. I'm just fucking hell! Laggy piece of shit game. I don't want to go to Gorilla Grodd or to Robin. Although Robin would kind of be fun, I suppose, but... No. Random. Fucking hell. Laggy piece of shit.
Fighters approaching.
Yet another reason not to play online. Look at Superman's face there. It looks like he's yawning. Yes. But in spite of... but yeah, this is the thing I was saying before, and I got interrupted because of other bullshit. I've seen recent footage of Captain Cold, and I swear the PC version doesn't match it. Where he, his character power is supposed to, supposedly, like, start charging faster and... Lag! Serious lag. Whoa, what the fuck? I did... And it, yeah, that's the other thing I was trying to say before as well. It can't decide whether or not jumping attacks are plus on block or not.
That's what I call justice.
Because I seem to get hit out of them. Well, I didn't press back 3, I pressed back 2, 3, 2. Poke blank white trainer. Hi. It's not morning for me, actually. Hi. It's, quarter to 11, well, 20 to 11 at night. Yeah. Xbox One. No. I don't have any codes at all. It's Potato Man. How did I win that? I don't know.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Sorry, I don't have any codes or anything, and I'm on PC, so certainly don't have anything Xbox related. It's had like 42 minutes. I found this guy fairly quickly after I started this stream, so I've been playing for more than half an hour in this shitty latency. Oh, man. It's like every instant is a reminder of why I hate playing these things online. Wait, what was that? What was that? That is... See? Yeah, that's what I mean about the bloody... Oh, if they're asking you to do surveys, they're like probably trying to scam you out of details. That's not a worthwhile expenditure of meter. How does he get the jump? Ah, they're never going to make the DLC free. Too much money to be made.
I'll do anything to save Nora. Unless I stop you.
No, wrong button. Yeah, motherfucker. See, this fucker seems to be able to do jump attack. Oh, that was not a back three, you fucking cunt. This fucker seems to be able to do jump attacks that are blocked, and then he's got free pressure. I did a jump attack before that was blocked, and I was immediately hit afterwards. That's what I mean about the garbage. I mean, they have not fixed the netcode from my experience. Now, maybe if you've got brilliant, really fat pipe internet, which we don't yet have in Australia at all, even though I've got slightly better than I used to have. Yeah, well, I mean, it's worse with this game as far as DLC and extra monies because the fucking source crystals for cosmetic upgrades and everything. I was blocking that. But, I could swear that's supposed to work. Dickhead. Ah, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm Australian. Oh, fuck. Ow. Yeah. Whatever. That was supposed to be a wake-up attack. He stood up and started strolling backwards. The fuck? That's not an optimal combo. I don't know what the new optimal combos are. And that's not actually a wake-up, it's just really quick. Went to Sydney for a Kylie concert once.
Superman wins.
Hope she was worth it. Come on, skip. Skip, 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 skip. What the hell? What the hell? Fucking hell! What was I saying about the... Yeah, the bloody... Netcode just doesn't seem to have been fixed from this end, because it seems like whoever's got the better connection still gets the best of it. Because this person, despite how bad the connection is, and apparently they've got red FPS on their machine, can punish my blocked jump attacks, whereas I can't punish theirs. You shouldn't have been close enough for a throw. That was my wake-up. Yeah, it's a bad habit. Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah. She wouldn't be, would she? She's really, really quite big in the UK, though. She's still got her fans here, but, you know, there's not as many people in Australia as there are in the UK, so... Did they meter burn theirs as well?
That's what I call justice. I'm just warming up.
I will cool you off.
Yeah, big everywhere but North America. No. A one-hit wonder. Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Funny thing about one-hit wonders is a lot of them are not as one-hit as you would think, because they still, you know, there's that one song that everybody knows, but you think, oh, they disappeared after that, but really they just found a specific audience that likes them, and they do well enough off of that, so...
Enchantress.
Oh, so now we're down to Enchantress. Like, oh, you're zoning me all the time. I'm going to pick the ultimate counter zoner, despite the fact that she only counter zones if you are a zoner. I mean, Enchantress as she is
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
things like, what is it, Hell's Gate? Is it called Hell's Gate? The reflection only works on projectiles. So if you're a character like, say, Gorilla Grodd, you'd be laughing because she's not reflecting anything. Like, she's the anti-Deadshot or the anti-Darkseid, but she's not the anti-Grappler or Brawler. But it'd be nice if they know how to play her. You don't see a lot of Enchantress. So a lot of people were excited when she was announced. It's like, oh, she's got stuff that's like really counter-zoning heavy. And in this game full of annoying zoners, here's a counter-zoner.
My research requires your body.
Begin.
Bloody hell. I think we're having to wait for this person's computer to catch up and load all of this stuff into memory. Wait a minute, what? Could you? I don't suppose you could do that again for me. Yeah, and this latency not affecting their performance. No, it's the bog standard shit. Cody Simpson, I don't know who that is. Oh, what the fuck? Stop with this stupid... Oh, right, so... Welcome to the new spam. Our guy's Justin Bieber, huh? Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You will die a cold death.
She already is dead. She's a worthless cunt. I accidentally spent no meter. For fuck's sake. $14 to $17. Oh, okay. Alright. That was funny, actually. Retaliate with a heavy bag.
Enchantress wins.
Yes, except what really won that fight was fucking horrible latency. Ugh. Can't get anything to work. And as I said, it doesn't seem to bother this other person, despite the fact that they've apparently got a potato computer. I go suggest that they're level 20, but wearing level 22 gear. I don't know why they set that as the thing of competitive mode setting stuff to level 20 when... See? Bullshit! That's a fucking wake-up attack. Alright, see. That I don't understand. You're in range for that to hit me, but you don't get hit by the meter burn section of the wake up? Yeah. What? What the fuck happened there? Get it there eventually. Why is that hitting me? Because it's supposed to keep the properties of the projectile that it's reflected. Oh, what? What the fuck? So that's one of those cases where it was an instant wake up. For fuck's sake. What the hell? Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, you're a lucky cunt, aren't you? I mean, the number of times, by all rights, I should be winning these anti-airs or air-to-air trades or whatever like that. There's just every fucking thing that this other person is doing is apparently massively plus on block. And I can try to retaliate as soon as I see a fucking frame of a blocked attack. And what happens is that I get hit by them mashing the next button, despite the fact that they shouldn't be able to mash into something when I can hit them with something quick. Ugh. If you think they ever fixed the online and the netcode in this game, you must live in a country that's got fantastic internet, because even Americans bitch about their internet, but it's massively superior to ours.
Begin.
What was with this? What was with the standing one? Why did he? The fuck? And see, apparently, you know, you can't just sort of mash pokes, because pokes are not plus. That was supposed to be full screen death sickle. You live in the middle of nowhere, yeah, that will have an effect on your internet. What? Oh, and if you did any of the things I fucking told you to do, rather than just some random bullshit, you wouldn't have got hit by that. is that cross-up? And why is that... Why the fuck is that hitting me rather than being hit by my wake-up attack? The fucking hitbox is right there. You can see that it should be hitting her. I thought that... Oh no, that is the one that holds, isn't it? Ah!
Exonimo magica ex mortem.
12 miles from the nearest town. Well, I'm on the outer edge of my city, technically. Yeah, and wake up normal attacks. That seems to be a thing that the computer can do, and apparently other players can do. I can't get it to fucking do that. I try mashing any sort of button on wake up. It does nothing. Just stands up and eats whatever hit they want to throw out. What kind of speed do you get on your internet? Because I get, now that I've been upgraded, I get... like 46 to 48 megabit down and about 11 to 12 megabit up. And I'm streaming and playing online against somebody who's over 200 milliseconds away.
Mr.
I shouldn't be streaming. Are there any cities in the centre of Australia, you mean? I mean, there are towns. There are plenty of towns, small towns mostly. I mean, there is a town pretty much in the center of the country called Alice Springs. It's one of the closest settlements to Uluru, or Ayers Rock, if you want to call it that. That's what it used to be called, and before that, I guess it was called Uluru by the local Aboriginal people. There's a lot of bushland, a lot of it's a different kind of desert. It's not like certainly not like the Sahara. It's not a sandy desert. It's just kind of a rocky, dirty, dry. But it's got plants. Most of it's got plants. You know, grasses that are good at surviving in dry conditions or what have you. But it's a different kind of desert. It's probably not the worst kind of desert on the planet, but, disconnected! How about no, let's not find another online opponent. But there are towns out there, certainly. There are people that live out in the middle of Australia. Not a lot of people. I mean, there's about 20 million people in Australia. And 5 million of those live in Sydney, 3 million live in Melbourne, and 2 million live in Brisbane. And Brisbane's my city. So, yeah, you're looking at pretty much half the population of the entire country in 3 cities that are all on the coast at the mouth of a river. Don't know how to check your speed. Don't you have, like, access to, you could use speed test? Speedtest.net is usually, that's the one I usually end up working with. It's, I think they have, like, they ping servers all around the world and find whatever's closest to you. I just know that the other week, I was watching a video from Shujinki Dink of this, and he was playing against somebody with a bad connection, and he, for fun, I guess, went to speed test to prove that it was not his connection was the problem, and he had like 170 something megabit up and down, and I get 11 megabit up. It's just, so I don't know which parts of Canada have the best internet, but clearly that's really fucking good internet. Well, I'm done with online for this stream. I'm surprised there was any online to begin with, but I was gonna check my, because they, I'm sure anyone who's aware that they actually claimed to have fixed the tracking in the Legendary Multiverses. They sort of did, but they sort of didn't, because I had already, that one wasn't affected, and I'd already done all of them anyway, but I had done the meter burn walls already, but I had definitely done 1,000 minutes and 3 million damage already, and I have to do them again now. And I definitely had done the multiverse events. I'm not sure if I'd done all of the sidekick events or the guild events, but I had done most of them, if not all of them. Certainly had 1,000 match victories already. But I mean, look at that. It says I've done 150 sidekick events and 200 guild events, and I've only completed one multiverse event? Get fucked. So they just randomly chose which ones to be completed. You did the test, yeah? Good speed, or better than mine, worse than mine? I mean, if you're pretty far out, then you probably don't have the best connection. I'm still technically reasonably close to a city. Well, I'm still technically within the borders of a city. Yikes. 15, says 15 megabit download. Definitely worse than mine. That's probably what I used to have when I was on ADSL, so... Upload's pretty good though, comparatively speaking. Actually, no, if that's what that is, then that can't be what I used to be. I must have had... What did I used to have? Oh, no, I can't remember now. Actually, I probably had like about 8 to 10 megabit down, and probably lucky if I had a megabit up. Yeah. Yeah, I understand a lot of parts of the United States have trouble getting progress with their internet connections because they don't really have options. They've got one big provider that covers their region, and they can't really get better deals unless that company is willing to offer better deals. We've got a funny situation here, though, because we don't... The infrastructure was owned by the government because it was installed by the government. No, if it's a download speed and upload speed, you'll want the number to be higher. The ping you want to be lower. So if you've already got a 38 millisecond ping to your nearest server for doing a speed test, then yeah, you're going to have a bit of trouble with your connections anyway. But yeah, we've only got 2 companies that actually have infrastructure in terms of actual hardware in the street and at the exchanges. And one was like still semi-government owned, and the other one was the first independent thing allowed to operate here in the 90s. So most of the there are a lot of companies that offer packages, but hey, it's no worries. That I don't know much about the stuff, but that's about the limits of what I know. So as long as you don't press me for more information about internet speeds, it's all right. Yeah, we've got a lot of companies that offer packages, phone or internet or otherwise, and yeah, it's really just a case of most of them lease the infrastructure owned by the government, which is a company called Telstra. Used to just be called Telecom, unimaginatively. I feel like we're missing a thing here. There should have been another one of these opened up. Unless they're going to do a thing this week? Is there a thing this week that they will do an event for? It's Mother's Day next weekend. Well, here it is. I don't know if it's the same all around the world, but... Yeah, there should be 2, like, character things. That'd be the daily one. That's the... Well, that's an ability, so ability / shader. That's the sidekick one, and that's a whatever one. Yeah, you definitely use the Battle Simulator level up your characters. Just... And you can set the AI to do it for you. It's really... But you do these... If you can do these events, most of them, like that, is a boss, so that's going to be level 30 now, because it used to be level 20. But these ones will, aside from the boss, these 2 things in like the sidekick one, they'll be leveled to your character, so you can play them. Some of these may or may not be leveled, and they've got varying difficulties. Pretty much all boss towers are now going to be level 30, some of them will be level 20. But, yeah. If you just want to level up your character, go to either the Endless or the Survivor, and you just pick one of the AI loadouts. Set the AI to do it. You still have to be there to skip the, like the win pose, and you can skip the intros, but yeah, once you win the fight, you have to actually actively skip it to go on further. Oh, well, yeah. Endless is I've tried Endless. It's okay. I don't like it as much as doing the Survivor, but then again, I actually don't play either of them. I just set the AI to do it. So you have to get you have to win 100 fights in the Endless Tower to get a diamond box. That's really bloody hard. I mean, okay, if you're like me and you suck, then, oh, you're following? Oh, you don't have to follow me, but, cool, thanks. I'm not always nice, though. I try not to be rude to the people watching the stream, but if I'm in a bad mood, you'll know it. And I'm in a bad mood quite often, but... Yeah, I find myself staring a lot at the Survivor Tower lately because, yeah, when they... Legendary Edition is like, oh yeah, everybody wants... So many people have been talking about how they want to have a new level cap, and that's just bullshit. Nobody wanted a new level cap. I have to grind all the damn characters up to level 30 now. Just because I don't want to have to spend crystals or money or whatever to level up good gear. And I want to have good gear to play with them at level 30, because most of the time I'm playing offline. And, I mean, the thing that they didn't tell you is that when you have any of these sorts of multiverse events, and actually it's really bad in the character ones, because they added a new level 30 tower and level 30 boss. Where's the third level 30 tower? These things, towers like this, at level 30... Every fight is a boss fight. Because on a higher difficulty like that, the gear that the enemies have access to is basically whatever they want. So they give themselves great gear. So you'll find every fight, your enemies have got, 3,000 of everything. And, well, 3,000 of everything and 2,000 health, at least. Maybe they've got less sometimes, but they have upwards of 4,000 attack or defense or whatever. And it's just, it's nuts. It's not fun. It just turns everything into a slog. Yeah. Who's my favorite character? Do you mean to play or like in the game or just like out of the characters that are in the game? Because I found that Captain Cold is really fun to play, but he's basically the worst character in the game. He's just, even though he was slightly buffed recently, and, Sonic Fox is back on his, like, Captain Cold's alright again, I'm going to start using him again, but he's still just, you don't have to let him do anything. He can be so easily bullied. Yes, well, I think I just answered that question. Out of the characters that are in the roster, it's a different story, but because I'd never heard of Captain Cold before this, but yeah, to play, Captain Cold's really fun. I had a bit of fun mucking around with Bane. Robin's alright. I don't like Damian Wayne, though. God, he's a whiny little shit. I wanted to like some characters, like... I wanted to like Green Lantern, but he's not that great to play. I used Black Adam, but that's because he's like really powerful. He's kind of fun to play. It's just that he's a bit fiddly sometimes, trying to get specific things to work. But yeah, mainly, yeah, Captain Cold's really quite fun. And I played a bit of Bane, played a bit of Robin. I've played, technically, I've played a little bit of everyone, but some characters I've played like a few matches and that's it. Superman and Scarecrow. Yeah, you got your work cut out for you with Scarecrow. He's good once he gets going, but he's hard to get going. But he can be really he can be really scary sometimes. But he's got some. Here's my Soulsborne Scarecrow. Yeah, he's a bit hard to use, but I think he's kind of emblematic of having ways around things and having a balanced game. If you could get the Ninja Turtles. So that's the one that you want, yeah. Sorry, I can't help you with that. But, yeah, some characters are just... They're kind of good at everything. Or they're good at most of the stuff. That's why, like, Black Adam has maintained a sort of top-tier status. Because there's only a couple of things that he's bad at, but he doesn't need to be good at them. Scarecrow at 18, huh? Yeah. I haven't got around to him yet. I was actually letting these character gear multiverses dictate who I was leveling to 30. So I could get some gear for them at level 30. But like Scarecrow is good up close, despite the fact that he's got some of the furthest reaching normals in the game. But yeah, surprisingly good at sort of rushdown and a bit of bullying up close. And he does have a teleport, so he can get around projectiles. Not the best, but... Like, the funny thing is, the fact that he doesn't have a projectile is what throws him off against characters that can throw projectiles, but you compare him to, say, Raiden, who's another one of the characters who's, like, one of the worst in the game. Do I like Captain Cold over Sub-Zero? In this game, yeah. If I were playing Mortal Kombat X, I'd play Sub-Zero, yeah, because I quite liked Sub-Zero in that. I don't quite like the way that Sub-Zero plays in this game, but I haven't spent as much time with him as I have with some other characters. Because, like, he plays kind of the way he does in MKX, except he uses a different control system, because this game uses a different control system, so it's a bit weird. But, like, yeah, in terms of the freezing, I guess, because you think of the fact they both freeze, well, yeah, they can kind of do that. The thing about Captain Cold is that he's got an interesting character power. He just doesn't, or on paper at least, he doesn't get a chance to use it. Because he has to charge it up manually. And there's the only other character now in the game that has to do that is Raphael. Every other character has a character power that is either ready to go, or in the case of Scarecrow, you activate and then it sort of builds as you're close to them, and it does damage over time as well. And then that's to build up to Traumatize. Whereas if you don't necessarily need the Traumatize, you can still be getting all of that extra damage over time in your combos, as long as the character power is active. But yeah, I just think, yeah, Cold is one of the places where they really drop the ball in terms of making the character viable. So what his character power can do is interesting. The way it does it really sucks, because you have to manually charge it, and then they all have pretty horrendous startup, and they can be interrupted. It's like 28 frames to start up his level 2 character power, and it can be interrupted, and it wastes the charge. Yeah, I'd not heard of Firestorm before this game, but I have a feeling the Blue Beetle I'd heard of was a different Blue Beetle. And I probably would have heard of Captain Cold if I'd watched, like, the Flash TV show. If he's in the Flash TV show. Don't know much about the Flash either. I don't think I'd heard of it. I'd not heard of Atrocitus before this game. Actually, I don't even think I'd heard of Black Canary before this game. Certainly not heard of Dr. Fate. Most of the other characters I already knew of. Well, I didn't know about Cheetah, I suppose, because I don't know a lot of the Wonder Woman villains, but I'd heard of Gorilla Grodd. Never heard of this Joker guy, though. Really weird that they got the license for Hellboy for some reason. Dark side. Yummy. Ah, dear. Anyway, this is, I've been rabbiting on for quite a bit. I got worn out by all that dreadful online play, so I think I'm gonna call it a night as far as this is concerned. But, thanks, what is that, or is that like Black White Trainer? Is that to do with Pokemon? Is that what that name means? Black White Trainer. Yeah. Yes. It's good. It's good night from me. I think you said good morning before, so good morning to you. I'll see whoever watches this later on YouTube, whenever, for whatever. I don't know. I don't have a schedule. I don't play one game. I play a few. I'll be around. Pokemon Black and White, your favorite games. Well, I've never played a Pokemon game, so I hope you have fun. Games are supposed to be fun. I don't find to be all that much fun anymore, which is why the channel is called Joyless Gaming. But, yeah. Night from me. Bye.